Alright, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. I've been doing a series of videos on how to validate a form using JavaScript, and I'm up to validating my cell phone, and that is actually quite similar to the zip code that I just did. So I'm going to grab all of that code and I'm going to paste it into the middle here and then make some changes accordingly. So this will end up being 3 digits, a hyphen, 3 digits, a hyphen, and 4 digits. So if the cell phone was blank, no cell phone provided. So we change this. We set up our error as cell phone required. Is valid becomes false. Otherwise, we set up our pattern. If the cell phone did not match that pattern, cell phone error, cell phone must be in that format. Is valid is false. Otherwise, valid input was provided. So we have no error, and we add the cell phone. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, because I want to make sure I have time to work on this, is I want to grab from the working copy of this that I had, once I find it, in here, I want to come in and I want to grab the email pattern that I had found online, because I forgot to put down where I got it from. So that email pattern, phone, there's the email. I'm going to grab that line right here. All right, and then coming in here, closing that and bringing up this. This will be my validate email. So in here, that's going to be my regular expression pattern. So I'm going to grab pretty much the same code that I had in here all the way up to that point. And that's E for email, so E. So here will be no email provided. So my email error will be email required. And again, I'll set my flag to false. Otherwise, there's my regular expression pattern. All right. If that regular expression pattern for the email, so this would be a not in correct format, I'll just put, this will become our email error, and it'll say email in invalid format. All right. Otherwise, it was valid, so there will be no error. Okay. So what I have done now is I have come in here and I have added more validation. First, I validated the cell phone. All right. I said once you trim it, if there's nothing in there, give me a cell phone error that says cell phone required. Set my valid flag to false. Otherwise, I was given some input, So check that against my regular expression pattern of 3 digits, a hyphen, 3 digits, a hyphen, and 4 digits. If it doesn't match that, then my error is self1 must be in that format. My is valid is false. Otherwise, it was valid. So I have no error, and I add this to that string I was showing you. For my email, it's very similar. Pass in E, all right. If, again, once I trim it, if there's nothing in there, my email error becomes email required. Otherwise, I've got that pattern, and I check, and if that pattern was not matched, I just say email in invalid format, and I set my flag. Otherwise, there is no error, and I set my email along with everything else. All right? So now I have completed here all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to see very quickly if I have time to do my password and my confirm password inside of here. Then the only 3 that will be left will be the combination of checkboxes and radio buttons. So undo this one, undo this one. I'll have validate password and validate confirm password. So for right now, I'm just going to put a comment that will say validate what are they? They are shift, contact, via, and education. So validate shift goes here. Validate contact via goes here. And validate education goes here. Now, what I will end up doing right here then is this will become my validate password. I'm just going to call that P instead of putting in the word password. Now the good news is when I validate the password here, as far as I remember, and I'm looking here through my mess of notes, is it's pretty doggone simple. So I'm going to grab one of these other ones and just start making changes to it. So if P trim, then that would be no password provided. All right, so this would be a password error here. And that would have to say password required. Is valid would be set to false. So here's some input was provided. So there is no regular expression pattern, but, so I'm going to get rid of that. So I'm going to say if E is less than 10 or E is greater than 25, I'm going to put here password out of range. Size. In fact, let's put this over another line here. All right, so if that's the case, I'm going to say password must be between 10 and 25 characters. All right, otherwise it was valid, so there'll be no password error. You can add the password here, and that'll be P. Why did I make that E? I don't know. P. That'll have to be P here and P here. That'll have to be password. Alright, so that should be everything in our validate password. Now I can steal this, come down to my, thought I had another one here, but maybe I didn't. My confirm password. But again, just paste that stuff in, and I'm going to say if my confirm password is empty, then no confirm password provided. Otherwise, if P so I want to come in here and I want to pass both. Come on. I want to pass both the confirm password and I want to pass the password. Alright, so I want to pass them both. So, otherwise, if P is not equal to C, and if that's the case, the confirm password must match the password. Okay? Otherwise, so this will be a confirm password error. Sure. Copy that, copy that, copy that. All right. So now I should be able to comment out all the way down to here, and I should be able to uncomment to here. All right, so now when we look at this, now I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the 14 I have to do. And I am calling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the 14 validations I have to do. We went over validating the SSN, the first name, the last name, the address, the city, the state, the zip, the cell phone, the email. We still have to do the shift, the contact via, and the education. All right. And we've also now validated the password and the confirm password. Now I have to come in and check and make sure I don't have any typos or whatever, because when you looked at this, when we ran this here, our index 2, all right, and we said submit, we weren't getting any error messages. And when I hit F12, you can see that I'm getting the same error on line 23. So I have to see if I can figure out what the heck that problem is. So I will work on that. If I get that fixed, then what I plan on doing is during my lunch hour today, all right, or if I can get away from my class for about 15 minutes, I will do one last recording in which I will come in and go through how I did the validations for the shift, the contact via, and the education. Alright, you can already see that this, even before that, I'm up to roughly 400 lines of code. Yeah, there's a lot to do here. Again, once I get this done, and I have no doubt I'll get it done, if not this morning, I will get it done tomorrow morning. And if I get it done, I will take what I have and I will send it out to Mr. Gudmested, and I will let him determine what he wants to do with it. But I have now made 5, 6, 7, whatever it is, number of videos on this. All right, and there will be hopefully just one more, and then we'll be finished. All right, so I'll be back with that either on my lunch hour today, or if I can duck out of the class for about 15 minutes or so a little bit later this morning. Thank you.